Yes, so I'm a personal trainer and business owner. I've been in business for 3 years now, and I help manage the fitness programs for people online in different cities, and I also manage people in person through private training and group training. Well, I was really at the very beginning of starting my business. We were in the middle of COVID when I got in touch with Cherry CPA and started business together. I was at that time coaching people outside at a park under a gazebo and was trying to figure out what I was going to do, how I was going to survive financially. And so he came at a really good time to give me some help and advice. Yeah, so the challenges that I had at the very beginning of my business was being able to fund equipment and to find a space that people could comfortably exercise in so that I could pay bills and make money. I had to have a monthly recurring revenue to pay bills, and so that was my biggest challenge. It was starting from nothing, really having nothing, and working with what I have. It really came out of conversation. I didn't know that I needed help, which is something a lot of people that I know that have businesses don't realize, especially when it comes to their taxes. They end up finding out last minute that they need help. And so what happened was that Vladimir, the owner, brought up a question, which he likes to do. We love to have conversation. He loves to always be engaged throughout our sessions. And one of the question was about taxes, and he was kind of quizzing me, and really the truth was I don't know a lot about that, and I don't know about saving and what I should be doing. So he offered to take me aside one day and meet up and just go over and take notes on the different business options that I personally could do, which would be like an LLC or S corp for taxes, and just educate me, and we did that. Vladimir loves to learn, and he also loves to teach what he's learning when it comes to business. So, as a business owner from the very beginning, he took me aside to teach me something about the taxes of business before even trying to sell me anything or get anything from me. He was educating me about what an S corp is and why would it be beneficial. And so we sat down and spent couple hours breaking down everything, answering questions. He's so passionate about it. You can tell that he will just go on and on for hours to help you learn something. And I still to this day don't understand why he's so passionate about taxes. Yeah, so after I got more organized, that's one thing, which is very important when having a business, and or something I've realized I'm glad that I did at the very beginning, because a lot of businesses go out and it has to do with management and having a way to see where you need help and where you need to cut back financially. So he connected me with QuickBooks, which is something I wasn't using, and he also talks with me consistently and reminds me to update my accountability reimbursement sheet, which is something I stay on top of. He created and gave to me to do with Excel. So he really tries to make the work easy for me. I now feel more comfortable that I can just hand those things over to him, do my small part, and he will send reminders until the work gets done, which is very helpful. I do need somebody to help me. I see him as part of my business, as a partner. It's a very important thing that a lot of people put on the back burner and think it's something outside of their business that needs to get done. But really, this is somebody that is part of your business. From day one, I had a notepad and wrote all the differences down, and I wanted to rethink it and go over it. And then we decided we were going to do business. He's just been there from the very beginning with providing worksheets that are easy to fill in. I'm not good at Excel. He created an Excel sheet that, I mean, it's easy to, put in numbers. And he also sends emails every week. Yes, when he provides like the P&L sheets for my business or like quarterly updates. I really find it interesting and it helps me reset my mind and realize, oh, I'm spending too much here. These next 3 months, I need to back off of that because I already passed my budget. He also sends out newsletters, just kind of like education for business owners, which I find that very important too, because I'm not making the time myself while managing my business to go and learn new things about what's going on with technology and things like that. So it's really important. It's been a lot. I think I would attribute it a lot to how I'm able to still continue to do business. If I didn't have somebody behind me reminding me to do these important things, reminding me that I need to always be looking at finances. That's really a big thing is working with him has kept that in my priorities list. When I'm just, a business owner by myself, managing all these things and day to day, I have somebody there that will check up on me. I don't even have to ask them. I don't have to remember. I'm going to get an update, whether it's in person, whether it's via text, whether it's via email. It might take me 5 emails to respond, but I see it and I'll tell him, hey, I'm going to just send it tonight. It doesn't happen. And then I get, this is your third reminder. And okay, I'm going to send it. So it's really helpful in that way. Yeah. One thing I did notice as I am now looking to open a space outside of my home is when I had to provide the financials and the metrics for the realtors and the landlords, is that my business has grown and I have been a little bit more profitable from 2023 to 2024. And so I'm looking forward to see my growth as well into 2025. So I've seen the growth in revenue, growth in profit, and then overall the organization is something that's also very beneficial that he helps provide for me. Well, considering that I'm looking for a space, I feel that Sherry CPA will be very helpful in being part of my decision making and whether or not it would be a good decision to even open a business. I would not make that by myself without Vladimir's review. Honestly, I trust him to go over those things and to say whether it's a good or bad idea. And something I do all the time, I'm always conversating with him. We have discussions about different business ideas and he will not hold back. He will say, I think it's a bad idea in a very blunt way, which I admire and I appreciate that from him. But if he also thinks it's a great idea, he will tell me all the reasons why. So Cherry CPA will be very instrumental in what I do these next 12 months, whether I stay as an at home business or if I work on expanding and taking on a property outside of my home. I chose Cherry CPA because of the sincere passion I found from our first meeting where I wasn't being tried to sell anything and I have a sales experience as a coach working at box gyms. I know what it sounds like for somebody that just wants your money or wants you for business, right? He sat and was very patient with me, was writing, taking notes, drawing pictures, answering my questions, and never got frustrated. As somebody that doesn't know anything about taxes or even businesses, even though I was just starting my business, he was very patient. And I could just tell that this person and this company that was going to be there for me patiently as I maybe make mistakes or continue to grow. Yeah, so far the most value I've gotten is through organization and having a way to keep my business afloat, being knowledgeable about my business on the back end because there's a lot to take care of. And even though money is important and we all start a business to make money, once we get started, the work itself takes up a lot of time. So Cherry CPA supporting me and having the proper sheets, making sure with by the new year and tax season comes around, I haven't been trying to do this last minute. He's been keeping up with asking to send documents in and being consistent about that. Oh, very likely to recommend CheryCPA. I tell every client that is thinking about opening a business or has a business, I always recommend CheryCPA to them, and they reach out. Oh, I always recommend because I know that Cherry CPA is very passionate about helping people, and it's beyond taxes. It's also in education and technology through the newsletters and through his passion for helping people.